Have you ever dreamed of building a luxury home? Sounds amazing, right? But hold on. If this is something you've been thinking about but have never done it before, there are things you must know. Because these projects can become an absolute nightmare and can cost you a lot of extra time and money. And for some, it might even lead to talks of divorce. Yep, it can get that bad. So before it ever gets to that, let's talk about what you need to know so you never get to that position and can avoid all these mistakes. Now, if you've built a home before and can think of additional things that people need to be aware of, make sure you add it in the comments down below. Every location has different nuances when it comes to building, so make sure you share what you know down below. Now, before you start picking out furniture, let's talk about a critical mistake that many luxury homeowners don't even think about, and that's not factoring in any future renovations. I know you're thinking, but this is my dream home. I'm never gonna wanna change anything. Sorry to burst your bubble, but that just doesn't happen. This is why it's important to allow for some flexibility when you're designing your home. Think of things like technology changing, a growing family, and how your needs might change over the years. For example, let's say you build a beautiful, brand new luxury custom home with all the state-of-the-art technology. Well, you and I both know that technology changes really fast. So within the next couple years, it's probably gonna be outdated. If you think about that now and make sure you've planned so that any of those modifications that you know are gonna come are easy to change, it's going to make your life that much more simple. Or what if your family grows or you need to move an aging parent into your home? This might require you to add an additional room or just change the layout of the house. The best way for you to avoid this is to avoid trendy designs. Now, I know that might be really tempting to follow the latest design trends, but they are often short-lived and can become outdated really fast. Remember when everyone wanted a Tuscan villa feeling home, and now if you mention the word Tuscan, it's like everyone cringes. Instead, focus on classic designs that can stand the test of time. Another thing to consider is the layout of your home. Try to design your home that would allow for easy modifications in the future. For example, where would you add that extra bedroom or guest casita if you needed one? Making sure there is an easy way to add these onto the home without making it feel like it was a complete afterthought is really important. You could also have an open floor plan with a forward thought of potentially needing to partition one of the rooms off to create additional space. Now, you also need to think about the materials that you're using in your home. Now, this really goes back to that trendy thing we just talked about. And this is where if you're going to add something trendy into your home, make sure you do it in some smaller spaces. Like those really popular painted trendy tiles that everyone is putting in both bathrooms and laundry rooms. Make sure they're easy to remove and maybe only do them in small spaces so that when you are tired of them and when that trend is out, it's not a major remodel and a major renovation just to redo that one area. Now, in the world of construction, plans change in an instant and setbacks are just part of the job. When you're in the planning stages of a new construction project, it's easy to get lost in the excitement and forget that there could be potential setbacks. I take that back. There will be potential setbacks. Now, when these setbacks happen, they can throw an absolute wrench in your timeline and potentially cost you more money. This is why it is critical to prepare for the unexpected. One of the best ways to prepare for this is to make sure that there is constant communication between you and your construction team. They need to be letting you know about any foreseen obstacles and how they plan to overcome those. Your construction team should be made up of experienced professionals that have seen this day in and day out. They can provide valuable insight on what could happen and how to prevent them or overcome those setbacks. And when it comes to setbacks, it's not just about identifying them. It's also about having a plan in place to work around them. Your team should have contingency plans on any unexpected events and be ready to adjust the project timeline should they occur. Working with a team that gives regular communication is critical. When everyone is on the same page, it's much easier to navigate any of these setbacks or problems that might occur, all while keeping your project moving forward. This is another way to keep the household calm, because building a home is stressful. And when these things come up and there's no communication or plan on how they plan on dealing with them, the stress just builds. So remember, when it comes to construction, setbacks are normal. But with a proactive approach and a solid team in place, you can overcome any obstacle and bring your project to life. Now, when you're thinking about your team, the one that often brings everyone together, or at least introduces you to multiple different builders and maybe architects for you to interview, is your realtor. And after helping my clients do this multiple times, I've been fortunate enough to meet other agents across the US that also do the same thing. So if you're in need of an agent with these types of connections in your town, take a look at the pinned comment down below. I've got my email and my phone number. Reach out to me and I will personally connect you with one of the great agents that I know. Now, something that must be considered is the weather and the terrain around the home that you're going to build. Natural disasters can strike at any moment, and failing to account for them can cause massive consequences, whether it be fire, flooding, mudslides, windstorms, or massive snowstorms, and cause major damage if it's not built correctly. I think we can all picture those homes that have slid off the side of a mountain in California into the ocean because of a mudslide, or the homes that are being partially washed away because of a flood. Not to mention homes in certain parts of the country where tornadoes are prevalent, being picked up, blown around, and blown away like in The Wizard of Oz. Without proper planning, your home could be majorly damaged or washed away in a matter of minutes. That's why it's critical to ensure that your home is structurally sound and can withstand major weather or any natural disasters that happen in your area. But it's not just about the structure of your home. The location of your home can make a big difference with its resilience to natural disasters. Building in a place that is less prone to having some of these natural disasters can be beneficial. Now, when it comes to homes sliding off the side of the cliff in California, I completely understand why someone would want their home there. The views are spectacular. But when you are looking for a location to place your home, you have to make sure you have researched the area thoroughly. You want to make sure that you have limited the risk of completely wiping your home out by a natural disaster. And if you do choose to build in a riskier area, you have to understand those risks and understand that your insurance premiums might be a lot higher. Something that is growing in popularity in luxury homes is making sure your home is built with a more sustainability in mind. This runs the gamut from making sure that you've got high efficiency mechanical equipment like air conditioning units, to using more natural materials inside the house and eco-friendly paint, as well as having lush landscaping. By investing in a green home, you will be saving money in the long run. You'll be able to cut down on energy costs and enjoy comfortable, eco-friendly living spaces. And when you talk about green living and landscaping, that's really going to depend on where you're located, because this could be large grass areas with a lot of flowers, or like here in the Scottsdale Desert, that means desert landscaping with drought-tolerant plants and trees, all while making sure that you still have that feeling of a very lush yard. With the rising demand of sustainable living, having a green home is a great investment. It adds to your property values and makes it more appealing to homebuyers in the future. This is becoming even more true for luxury homes. Having the best of both worlds with all the finest finishes and a sustainable home has really added value to all of these homes. Something that can end up costing you a lot more than money is not making sure that the home that you want to buy or build is in a location that is near to all of the amenities and fits your lifestyle that you're looking for. I have seen this happen. A buyer falls in love with a home, but when they really start to think about all the places they go on a daily basis, the grocery store, taking the kids to school, going to get gas, if these places are too far away, it may have them rethinking how much they actually love this house. If it's going to take you 25 minutes one way because you accidentally forgot milk or butter just to finish making whatever it is you're making at home, that luxury, quiet, peaceful home is not going to feel so great anymore. Now, yes, we live in an era where we've got many conveniences and we can have groceries delivered to our house, but everybody knows that inevitably you are going to forget something at the store when you need it most. And that quick run to the store, 25 minutes one way, can feel like a real pain. So although these amenities and things that you do on a daily basis being farther away from your home might seem small, in the long run, they can start to build over time. So much so that you might not love your home anymore. And therefore, it has a huge difference on your overall quality of life. Now, before you buy or build, it's important to research the area to ensure you have access to everything that you need. This might take a little bit more time, but it is well worth it. Now, this is something that I talk with my buyers about every time that they're looking at a house. I always ask them, where do you go every day? What other things do you like to be close to you? Let's talk about all of that so we can really dive in and see, is this location the best for you and your family? Then we talk about the distances that it's going to take for them to get to all those places we just discussed. Now, for some, it is an absolute deal breaker. They realize it's too far and they do not want any part of it. For others, they don't really mind, and that's okay. But as long as you walk in with eyes wide open to this situation, you'll be happier in the long run. Now, if you want to learn more about what you must put in your luxury home, make sure you watch this video. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.